Hello everyone, welcome back to the session in biochemistry where we have been discussing on glycolysis. This is the second phase of glycolysis, that is payoff phase, which starts with glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, which is a 3-carbon phosphorylated sugar. Okay, the first phase was the preparatory phase where we saw the glucose getting converted into a glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. And finally, before entering the payoff phase, the dihydroxyacetone phosphate, it got isomerized to form the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So as a result, a single molecule of glucose resulted in 2 molecules of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate in the preparatory phase. Okay, speaking about the payoff phase, it involves oxidative conversion of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to the pyruvic acid, okay, or pyruvate. And it is coupled with the whole set of reactions. It is coupled with formation of ATP at 2 steps and a NADH molecule. Okay, so the first step, it is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate uh, being undergoing oxidation to form the 1,3-biphosphoglycerate. Okay, so here what happens, it is an oxidation plus phosphorylation reaction. Oxidation, it is actually removal of the hydrogen, okay, and hence the enzyme is known as dehydrogenase. Okay, now here you can see this is the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. So on the third carbon, a phosphoryl group is added, and it is a aldehyde. It do have aldehyde as a functional group. Now, the oxidation takes place on this aldehyde. That is aldehyde, it undergoes oxidation and it results in the formation of the um, carboxyl group. Okay, it is a carboxylic acid. So the first step in the payoff phase, it is the oxidation of glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to produce 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, and it is catalyzed by the enzyme glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Okay, and during this reaction, as we can see, that is the aldehyde group, it is getting converted into aldehyde group over here of the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. It is getting oxidized and it is getting converted to carboxyl group. But you can see over here, it is not a free carboxyl group. Instead, it is a carboxylic acid anhydride with the phosphoric acid. Okay, it is a carboxylic acid anhydride with a phosphoric acid. Okay, so here it is phosphorylation plus it is a oxidation process, and since the substrate is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, the enzyme has been given the name glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate dehydrogenase. Fine. Now, since it is dehydrogenation, there should be a substrate which receives this hydrogen, and in this particular reaction it is the NAD group. So the NAD group, it receives the hydrogen to produce NADH. Okay, and phosphorylation happens, and this is done with the help of an inorganic phosphate. So two glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate molecules undergo oxidation and phosphorylation reaction to produce 2 molecules of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, and for this to happen, it requires 2 inorganic phosphate and 2 NAD plus, and during this reaction 2 NADH molecules are produced. Okay, so this is what happens in the sixth step, right? So now the next one here we have is the conversion of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate into 3-phosphoglycerate. Okay, here what is happening? Here you can see there is a transfer. Okay, so sorry, there is a transfer of phosphoryl group, this phosphoryl group, onto an ADP molecule. Okay, since there is phosphorylation happening involving the like nucleotide ADP, it is a kinase enzyme. This is a kinase enzyme. Okay, phosphorylation is taking place, right? Now, it is 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate. It undergo the first substrate level phosphorylation. Okay, it actually gets involved in the first substrate level phosphorylation for the formation of the first set of ATP molecules in the glycolysis. Okay, so here it is a phosphoryl group is getting transferred, hence the enzyme kinase, and the substrate, it is phosphoglycerate, isn't it? It is phosphoglycerate. So it is phosphoglycerate kinase. Okay, now during this particular reaction, what happens is the phosphoryl group which is added onto the first carbon, that is the carboxyl carbon, it is getting transferred onto ADP molecule, and hence it results in the formation of ATP molecules. Okay, so two ATP molecules are produced. Now, why it is known as a substrate level phosphorylation? It is known as a substrate level phosphorylation because the ATP gets, or the ADP gets its phosphoryl group from another substrate, phosphorylated substrate. So, a phosphoryl group is getting transferred from a phosphorylated substrate onto ADP, resulting in the formation of ATP. And this kind of phosphorylation for the production of ATP is known as substrate level phosphorylation. I hope it is clear. There is yet another phosphorylation process resulting in the formation of ATP, and that is oxidative phosphorylation, which happens inside the mitochondria. Okay, but here it is substrate level phosphorylation. So ATP, as already mentioned in one of the previous presentations where we discussed the structure of ATP and the synthesis of ATP, there are two different kinds of ATP synthesis. One is oxidative phosphorylation, which takes place inside the mitochondria, and the second is the substrate level phosphorylation, where ADP gets phosphorylated with the help of the phosphoryl group transferred from a an substrate, phosphorylated substrate. So here it is this phosphoryl group which gets transferred onto ADP, which helps in the synthesis of ATP. Now these two reactions, they are reversible processes, and it is considered to be a what you call energy couple reaction. Okay, here you can see it is glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. Okay, it is an aldehyde group, and a phosphoryl group is added attached onto the third carbon, and it is getting converted into 3-phosphoglycerate. Okay, where there is a carboxyl group. So CHO is getting oxidized to form the carboxyl group. The rest of the things remaining the same. So the conversion of glyceraldehyde group to the carboxyl group, it takes place through two steps, right? Okay, so where the first step is actually the formation of 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, and then getting converted to 3-phosphoglycerate. And during this two-step process, you can see an NADH molecule is produced and an ATP molecule is produced. So for the conversion of one glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate to a single 3-phosphoglycerate, you can see one NADH and one ATP molecule is produced. I hope it is clear. Okay, the next step is actually isomerization, fine, where 3-phosphoglycerate, it is getting converted into like 2-phosphoglycerate. Okay, here what happens? It is actually what you call transfer of phosphoryl group from the third carbon to the second carbon. This is third carbon, and here we have got it on the second carbon. So the enzyme, it is a mutase enzyme, and since the substrate involved is phosphoglycerate, the enzyme name is phosphoglycerate mutase. Okay, so here again it is a reversible reaction. So the phosphoglycerate mutase, it catalyzes a reversible reaction where the phosphoryl group is shifted from the carbon 3 to the carbon 2. Okay, and this particular enzyme, it requires magnesium ions Mg2 plus as a cofactor for the reaction to take place. Now the ninth step over here, it is the 2-phosphoglycerate to phosphoenol pyruvate. What is the reaction here? We can see. Okay, this is the 2-phosphoglycerate. Okay, CH2OH, CHOP, and COOH. Right here, what has happened? There is a OH group over here. Right, the OH group over here, and this hydrogen is released as water. Okay, and hence enol is produced. Okay, it is CH2CO, right? So enol is produced, right? So this it is double bond is there, and it is a this one we have is okay, CO minus. So this one, it is actually dehydration process. So the 2-phosphoglycerate, it undergoes dehydration to produce phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, and this here we can see water is released, and it is a reversible reaction which is catalyzed by the enzyme enolase. Okay, so enolase, it catalyzes dehydration reaction of 2-phosphoglycerate to produce phosphoenol pyruvate. Fine. Again, this is also this also requires magnesium ions for the completion of the catalytic process. The last step in the glycolytic pathway, the 10th reaction, it is again a substrate level phosphorylation reaction. Here again, it is a second set of ATP forming reactions. So first one was at the 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate to 3-phosphoglycerate, and the second is this phosphoenol pyruvate to pyruvic acid. Okay, here you can see the phosphoenol pyruvate. It is actually again the phosphoryl group is getting removed, and there should be some substrate which can take up the phosphorylated group, and this is done by ADP. Okay, so ADP takes up the phosphoryl group which is removed from the phosphoenol pyruvate and get itself converted into ATP. Since there is phosphorylation taking place, it is a kinase enzyme and it is pyruvate compound which is produced, so it is pyruvate kinase. I hope it is clear how the name has come. Again, this is a irreversible process. Okay, so we can see glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate getting oxidized and phosphorylated to produce 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate through a reversible process and coupled with the production of NADH. 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate getting phosphorylated, dephosphorylated actually to 3-phosphoglycerate coupled with the formation of ATP molecules. 3-phosphoglycerate undergoing a reversible process to produce 2-phosphoglycerate. It is just a isomerization process. The 2-phosphoglycerate, it gets dehydrated to produce the phosphoenol pyruvate, which is again a reversible reaction. And the final step for the production of pyruvate, it is phosphoenol pyruvate undergoing dephosphorylation reaction by to produce a pyruvate, where the removed phosphoryl group is taken up by the ADP for the formation of ATP. So you can see here in the payoff process, ATP molecules are produced at 2 steps and NADH at the single step. Okay. Now this is an outline. Here you can see glucose molecule. These red arrows, it indicates irreversible process. So in the glycolysis, you can see 3 separate reactions or steps where the reaction is irreversible. Okay, and all other steps are reversible, being catalyzed by the same enzyme. Okay, the first one is glucose to glucose 6-phosphate, where ATP is being used up. Okay, and the enzyme is hexokinase. It requires magnesium ion as the cofactor. Okay, once glucose 6-phosphate is produced, it gets isomerized to produce fructose 6-phosphate. Okay, and the fructose 6-phosphate, it gets phosphorylated at the first carbon to produce the fructose 1,6-biphosphate. And since it is phosphorylation reaction, it requires phosphoryl group and it is being supplied from the ATP. Okay, this particular reaction also require magnesium ions, and this the enzyme involved is phosphofructokinase. Now the fructose 1,6-biphosphate, it splits into 2. The 6-carbon phosphorylated sugar, it split into 2 to produce 2 3-carbon phosphorylated sugars, the glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate and dihydroxyacetone phosphate. Now, only one of the molecules will enter the next phase, the payoff phase, and there is interconversion of the molecules taking place with the help of the isomerase enzyme, triose phosphate and isomerase, and the dihydroxyacetone phosphate will get converted into glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate. This glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate, it will undergo oxidation and the phosphorylation with the help of the glyceraldehyde phosphate dehydrogenase enzyme, and during this process NADH it is being produced, and then the 1,3-bisphosphoglycerate, it will undergo dephosphorylation, okay, removal of phosphorylation, and this process also require magnesium ions, and it is a substrate level phosphorylation step where the ADP, it undergoes phosphorylation to produce the ATP molecule. Okay, here we are speaking about only a single glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate molecules. What happens to a single glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate molecules? As such, glucose, it gets it undergoes preparatory phase, or it and results in the formation of 2 glyceraldehyde 3-phosphate molecules. Okay, so everywhere it will be 2 molecules being produced. And here you can see ATP molecule is produced, and then it results in the formation of 3-phosphoglycerate. The 3-phosphoglycerate, it undergoes isomerization to produce 2-phosphoglycerate, which further will undergo like dehydration and results in the formation of phosphoenol pyruvate. Okay, this phosphoenol pyruvate, it will undergo substrate level phosphorylation and results in the formation of an ATP molecule along with a molecule of pyruvate. So as such, we can see glucose, it will break down to form 2 pyruvate molecules. Okay,